Hey y'all, welcome to the Crafty Cove. My name's Missy. Here we like to do farmhouse decor on a Dollar Tree budget. I am so excited to have y'all here today. We're just going to get right into the crafting. For DIY, number one, I am using one of the cardboard 3D letters from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to take this. This is our last name. Starts with an N, so that's why I'm using the N. I'm going to take the N and I am going to paint it with black chalk paint. I use the black chalkboard paint from the Dollar Tree. It is always my go-to chalk paint for black. Then we're going to, after it dries, do a really good coat of Mod Podge on our letter, just on the front part, and get that dried. Let it dry completely. I just use my heat gun to help it along a little bit. And then I took some cowhide scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going ahead and ironing it on to my N. And I love the way this turns out when you Mod Podge like this. It's so much better than the way I used to do it. Then we're just going to go ahead and cut off all the excess, put a little bow on top, and that's it. Look how cute this is. I love cow print, and sometimes it's so hard to find, and so I just decided that's what I'm going to do, is make my own. We're going to head right on into DIY number two. If you saw my last video, which was the May 5 Under 5 challenge that is hosted by my friend Emily at Farm Charm Chic, then you saw that for my tiered tray decor, I made a mini welcome sign, and I had so many comments on that I decided I was going to make a bigger version of it. So I'm going to use 7 of these wood planks from the Dollar Tree and some giant popsicle sticks, some crafter's glue from the Dollar Tree, and of course my hot glue, and we are going to join all of these together and make a bigger welcome sign with this. After they're all glued together, I go ahead and paint 2 good coats of white Waverly chalk paint, of course letting them dry in between coats, and we get that all finished. After we're done with the painting, I went ahead and made some decals, well, some letters on my Cricut that spell out welcome. I do notice that my L is a little wonky. I'm not sure what happened, but I just went with it anyway. And also, I do not use an O. I am going to use something else for the O. And this is not a huge sign. It's just something that I'm going to put in my kitchen. And again, it's just a 7 plank, so you can see it's not huge. But I'm just going on and putting all of my letters on that I cut out with my Cricut. And then when we get to the O, you're going to see that I used a piece off of the back of one of the Dollar Tree calendars from last year. It's not perfect. See that L? I don't know what happened there. I think I made it wider. I should have made it a lot taller. But anyway, like I said, I'm not worried about it. So I went ahead and used a back piece off of the Farm Life calendar, and I just cut it in the shape of an O. And I just glued it right where the O should go because I wanted something just a little bit different. And I didn't want just a wreath like I would normally do. So I'm just going to Mod Podge that down and get that on there. And then y'all know, if you're not new here, if you've been here for a while, that I like distressed farmhouse decor. So I'm just going to take a stencil brush from the Dollar Tree, and we're just going to go around with my same black my favorite black chalkboard paint from the Dollar Tree. And then we're going to take an emery board, and we're going to go ahead and go around where we painted and sand it up a little bit. I apologize for the shaking. I had the way that I had my camera set up, every time I moved it felt like it shook. So I do apologize for that right here. But after I did that, I decided the white was just too stark with the distressing on the side, so we're going to go through and distress all over this sign, not heavily, just a little bit, just to give it a little bit more of a worn look and not so white there in the middle where the letters are. Once we get that finished, we are just going to go ahead and make a cute little bow. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I used a pre-made bow from the Dollar Tree from Christmas time because it was black and white check and it went perfect with what I wanted. So I used that, and then I made a little shoestring bow out of the lace ribbon, and I'm just gluing those right down to the top of the sign in the corner there, and that's it. This did not cost much because it probably didn't cost much over $1.25 because I don't remember how many of those planks you get in a package, but I didn't even use, I don't think, a whole package of those. So y'all let me know in the comments what you think of this one. Moving right along, we are on DIY number 3. This one, I cannot remember if I got this easel at the Dollar Tree or Hobby Lobby, but I'm almost sure it was the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to go through and paint the entire easel black, front, back, excuse me, all over. This easel is just getting that same black chalkboard paint, and it only needed one coat. I did not have to use any more than that, so I was really glad for that because, using multiple coats of paint. But anyway, after you get that all painted, we're going to put that to the side, and we're going to use one of the windmills from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to paint that circle in between all the blades, and then the inside part of the blades there. Sorry about my hands. I had been working on crafts all day, and I just did not even take the time to wash my hands. Now what we're going to do is take some of our buffalo check, of course, vinyl from the Dollar Tree. We're going to cut it down to size, put it on the blades, and then cut off the excess. And I do that for every single one of the blades. I have done this before for another windmill project, but I found my easel in my stash, and I was like, this would be really cute. So I decided to go ahead and do it with the easel. Now I'm just going to use hot glue only to put this windmill on the easel at the top of the easel. And y'all, this is holding so well. I was actually shocked. And then we'll put that little centerpiece right in the middle. Then I'm going to take one of these cows. I'm just showing you the chicken here to know what kind of animals I'm talking about. And I'm just going to, these are from the Dollar Tree. They've been in my stash for a while. I took that base off, and I'm going to paint this cow with 2 coats of Waverly white chalk paint. After that's completely dry, I'm going to take a decal that I made on my Cricut that says Nethery Farmhouse, established 1993, which is the year that my husband and I got married. If you don't know, we met on a blind date. We got married 2 months later, and we have been married for 31 years. So God really knew what he was doing with that matchup. So then I'm going to take some twine and wrap it around the neck of the cow. Make a little shoestring bow out of, again, a buffalo check ribbon from the Dollar Tree. And also, I think I also used the lace ribbon on this one. I can't remember. Glue that right in the middle. No, maybe I don't. Oh, I do. I thought so. I just go ahead and make another bow and glue that right on top of the buffalo check. And that's it. I set that little cow right there on the easel, and I think this turned out so cute. And I like that I can change that out if I want to, if I don't want the cow on there. Moving right along to DIY number 4. For this one, I have this little planner box that I got from a store local to me called the Mighty Dollar. And on one side, it has a chalkboard. We're going to leave that chalkboard there, but we're going to paint the rest of the box with 2 coats of white Waverly chalk paint. And I'm sorry, not the entire box. We don't do the 2 smaller sides because we're going to use something else for those. And of course, you all probably guessed what it is. I use buffalo check. Now, y'all, these are just for inspiration. You do not have to do and use the same materials that I use. But if you know me, you know that I love buffalo check and I love black and white. So I'm just going to cut off the size that I need for both of these sides here on the little box. I'm just going to put those on there and then cut off any excess. And I do it again on both of the sides of the box the same exact way, cutting that down to get all the excess off. Then I'm going to take a decal that I made with my Cricut, and on the white side, the side that I painted white, I am going to put the decal that says Farmhouse-ish, a home minus the actual farm. And I am just going to stick that down on there. And I want to say I might have even used Dollar Tree vinyl for this. I'm not sure if I did or not. I cannot remember for the actual cutting of the words. I don't remember if I did or not, but it's very possible. After we get that finished, I'm going to take some crafter's glue and some hot glue, and I'm going to glue another one of those cows right onto the edge of this box, just like that right there. And this has held great. Sorry about my hands again. I had been crafting and I just did not feel like, I just didn't go and wash my hands. I was going to use the locally grown, but then I changed my mind on the from the farmhouse calendar and used the milk and cream company instead. I just put some Mod Podge down, and then I go ahead and stick that right down, and y'all, that's it. I filled it with some greenery, and I love how this turned out. I think it is so cute. Y'all let me know in the comments what you think. DIY number 5, sorry, is my favorite of everything that I did. I got this at my store called the Dollar Tree, or I'm sorry, the Mighty Dollar, and it was $1.25. It is a plaid panel, and it's a 12 by 12 panel. Now, I almost was going to use the inside here where it would look like the frame was around it, but I changed my mind, and I'm going to use the flat side. First thing I'm going to do is go around all 4 edges and paint with my favorite chalkboard paint from the Dollar Tree, and I want to get black on all of those. Once I have that finished, we're going to do the same Mod Podge technique on this. We're going to use some Mod Podge, do a really good coat on this, let it dry. Again, I did use my heat gun to help it along a little bit, and after that, I found this beautiful piece of scrapbook paper from the Dollar Tree. It was not Dollar Tree, from Hobby Lobby. 69 cents, I believe. Yep, 69 cents. I love this print. I stick it down, and then I do the method where you put the parchment paper on top and iron it down. And y'all, this looks like a mounted canvas or whatever you call it. This looks like it is a picture I could have picked up from the Hobby Lobby. Not just a scrapbook paper, but like that they would have already had it made like this. And I absolutely adore this. This is going to go in my bedroom eventually once I get my bedroom the way that I want it. But I love how this turned out. So after I get it all ironed down really well, I'm going to go ahead and, of course, use my craft knife and cut off the excess. Now, I did see a little bubble in it, and I just stuck my parchment paper right back on that piece and ironed it again, and it took the bubble right out. So I'm just using my craft knife, and I'm going through, and I'm cutting off all the excess. And that is what this one looks like. But I decided to make this a set. So I have these 2 smaller panels, same thing. They're both from plaid. I'm going to go ahead and, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Paint all around them. All the edges will become black with the black chalkboard paint. And then again, we're going to put a really good coat of Mod Podge on these, let it dry completely. And then this time I used that same cowhide material, scrapbook paper that I used for my inn. I went ahead and used that for these smaller ones. Just stuck them down. Again, one piece, 69 cents from Hobby Lobby. Iron those down and then trim those off also. When I hang this up, I plan on putting my cow in the middle and the 2 little cowhide prints on either side of this. After we get this finished ironing it, then of course we're just going to turn it over and we're going to cut off the excess with a craft knife. Again, this is my favorite. This to me looks like I could have went to Hobby Lobby and just bought this. Bought it as a set. Not even me doing it. Look how awesome that is. Absolutely beautiful. At least for me, if you love cows. So anyway, y'all, here's the final reveal of all of our projects. I just want to thank all of you for sticking with me. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. I do have a job. I am a daycare preschool teacher now, and I love my job. I love my kiddos, but sometimes I love also to come home and get in my craft room and get some things done, or even on the weekends when I have time off. So I'm trying to get better about getting you all some crafts out and letting you see some of my inspiration so that it can bring you inspiration. I hope that y'all have enjoyed this video. Make sure you let me know in the comments below what y'all think. Like, comment, and share if you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching. Y'all come back now. You hear?